I'm Chas, and I'm here on Hometalk Live today. I'm going to do the bottom oven now for my window here. It's not super dirty, but imagine it had more speckles on it at one point. This is just baking soda, and I'm just sprinkling it on the window. Now, depending upon how bad your window is, you may need more and you may need less. And then what I have in this squirt bottle here is a mixture of vinegar water. These are all my travel mugs. They're not just mine. They're our family's. And I had them on a shelf in our pantry. And it seemed like, even though I would maybe section them off with whose was whose, you know, they get knocked over. Things were always falling over, and it kind of drove me crazy. And so I was at Walmart, and it was kind of back to school time. And I found these book bins here. And I thought, okay, well, let me see if this is going to work. So, red is my son's favorite color. So I took and put his cups in there. My daughter's favorite color is blue. So we put her cups in there. One thing that's really nice about this particular set of book bins is they connect. They hook right together. So the other thing I'm really big on is purging. So if you happen to know you have too many of something, you just want to get rid of some stuff. You know, which cups are really your favorites so that you can get rid of them. All right. My favorite color is green, so I got green. So I put mine in there like that. All right, and my husband, he got the leftover colors, but he's good with that. So, and then we just hooked his in there. Like that. And actually, I'll probably put this with his thermoses eventually because we have some thermoses. This is more of a thermos. But I'll just slide it in there for now. And again, these all just kind of squeeze together. I'll rotate it here in a second. And then I just take this and slide it onto my shelf. So now, when everybody needs to get their cup, they just pull it out or put it in. They shouldn't fall over quite as much. They're not falling off the shelf at me anymore, and I'm very grateful for that. So that's just a little simple tip. If you have a space where you have cups that are flying at you, plasticware, stuff like that, just get some book bins and put them next to each other and put them in there, and you will keep them together a little more organized. All right, moving along. Let's move to drawers. So we're going to go over here. And the first thing I'm going to suggest whenever you're going through a drawer is pull everything out. Look for doubles. You might have like 5 of these kind of spoons. You might have a bunch of spatulas. So you're going to empty your drawer. First, get rid of duplicates that you don't need. Or you maybe need 2 spoons, but you know, just get rid of the extra. You don't really need a bunch of that. Get rid of any damaged ware. You shouldn't be cooking with stuff that's flaking off in your food anyways. I have a little basket here that I got from the Dollar Tree. That's got my can opener in it. And we had already weeded out some of these for our post. Now all the ones that I weeded out, I put in a box. Because if I ever decide I want to go back and get them, I can. Because maybe I realize I will need to save something that I was going to get rid of. So you can put it in a box for a while, and if you don't touch it for a month or so, feel free to get rid of it then. For me, my daughter, who's taping this right now, she's going to go to college in a couple years, so we're saving some of this stuff for her. And we stashed it away with some stuff for her. So moving over to other drawers, first thing you're going to want to do is measure your drawer. So you're going to measure how wide it is, how long it is, how deep it is. That'll help you. Write it down, take pictures of it, whatever you want. I carry a little tape measure in my purse. And this one, they even sell these at the Dollar Tree, just so you know. My mom gave me this one, and that way when I get to the store and I'm looking for these little plastic containers, I can measure it to know if it's the right depth, the right length, and I can kind of map out what I might need in my head. Now I'm going to show you what I did with my drawers, but of course we're all different, so you're going to make your drawers fit for what you want. But I bought a bunch of these. I buy these all the time. So these came from Walmart and the Dollar Tree. And I've had these for quite a while now. And I just decided this was my baking drawer. So I put my baking measuring cups back here. That's the filling thing. My cookie scoops, I put in here. Yes, I have a ridiculous amount of measuring spoons, but I actually go through them all. Those are in there. These are just openers and stuff for beverages. This is like a squeezer for lemons. This is my cake tester for rawness. So that, sorry, I should pause. I got stuff there. That's my baking drawer. So just that little bit of organization stops everything from flopping around in there. And now I can find things a little easier. Of course, right now, these are not stained the way they usually do, but... All right, this one a little bit faster. Same thing, different basket. So this is a bit of a rectangle basket here. And I just put some different things in here. So this is like my coffee supplies. In here I've got my candy thermometer. These are all those little clips to hang things up that your kids bring home from school, or chip clips. And I got some tea things because I'm a tea and coffee drinker, so I have both. And I just put those in there. And I do have like 2 carrot peelers because, if we've got 2 of us going with potatoes and carrots, yeah, I kept both of them because I use both of them. So again, just a few baskets in there, organize your stuff. And later we'll be going upstairs to my bathroom to clean the oven racks. And I'll open, they work in your bathroom, so you can use these in your bathroom too. And again, just weeding out, these are my salad tongs and things for pulling turkeys out. Just making your drawers a little less cluttered. And this is the grilling drawer. But that's that. So now that's just a little easy way to kind of organize your drawers, just by putting a few simple, cheap baskets. We're going to move over here to the table. And I'm going to move on to the next thing here. I'm going to sit down. All right, so these I found at the dollar store, and they come in handy for quite a few things. So we're going to move on to organizing. Not everybody needs this, but I'm sure it's useful in some way, shape, or form for you all some way. So I had a ridiculous amount of tea, and the boxes were flying everywhere, and someone comes over and says, hey, I want some tea, and you're pulling all the boxes out, and you're trying to get them all out. And so I was at the dollar store again, trying to come up with something that would make it easier, that I could just pull one thing out and be organized. So I found this at the Dollar Tree, and then this is a 3-pack. And then I kind of did this in the store and figured out how many I could fit inside this basket to make that easy. So what I did is I pulled out anything that had tea in packages. And I categorize them, of course, by the flavor of the tea. Yes, I have a lot of tea, I know. And then this, now I can just pick this whole thing up and say, here's the tea I have, and they can pick what they want to from it. Well, now that's not the only tea. Not all tea comes like this. You all know that. So I have this little shelf that was sitting in the pantry that the boxes were all teeter-tottering on. So this slides underneath like that. So now I got to deal with my loose tea here and my other things. So what I've got here, these are the boxes where the bags are not sealed like this. These are just kind of those loose tea bags. You know what I'm talking about, the kind that you just open like this, and they're all the loose tea bags in there. So you see in there, Brielle? Okay, great. So you want to keep those, of course, wrapped up, and they'll stay fresh that way. So I've got those boxes here, and then I've got tins of loose tea in here as well. This is some sugar that goes in my tea, and then this is the steeper that I just got for Christmas from one of my friends. So that will now go on top. So now I have a nice little easy, quick grab tea service. You could use hot chocolate as soon as some of this goes down in size. I'll be adding some hot chocolate in here because the kids like hot chocolate and that kind of thing. So make it fit for you, but it's a great way to kind of make it so when somebody comes over, you can pull it out really easy and say, here you go. All right, so now we're going to move on to this part. I don't know, a lot of you probably have either Lysol or Clorox bleach cans, and you get done with them and then you're like, you should use them for something, but you don't know what. So we're making it into a trash can holder. So I just peeled off this label, and there is usually a little bit of a sticky residue you'll want to get off. And I use lighter fluid to get it off. I know there's Goo Gone, there's all kinds of products, but my husband taught me the trick of lighter fluid, and it works like a charm. So I got that sticky goo off with lighter fluid, And you can leave it just like this if you want and write trash bags on it, but I'm gonna get a little fancier today. All right, so this is just a Main Street Wall Creations decal. They're meant to go, if this picture is kind of hard to see, but this makes it look like you're supposed to buy a bunch of them and make it into wallpaper. This was at the Dollar Tree. I just like the design. I stuck it on there. You can see this back side is a little raw, so there's a little extra piece here. I'm just gonna take that and I'm just gonna stick that a little over the top. I'm kind of picky about it, but I'm gonna try to be good. All right, there we go. So that's just a little decorative, but I'm not going to stop there. I actually bought some little silly stickers so I can write trash bags on here. So this again, same thing, just little letters that came, let's use this one so you can see. They're just stickers like this. This one's silver. They came from the Dollar Tree as well. One of my favorite stores. And now I'm going to try to get it to hold still. And I'm just going to put the word trash bags on here really fast. This is not super centered, sorry about that, but there it is. So you got a little decorative can, and then you've got the just that way you know what it is, I guess. It's not just a plain white can anymore. And then you put your little Walmart, Target, Dollar Tree, yay, Dollar Tree cans in here, and then they just pull out when you need them. So that is the can. Yay, let's move back to the oven. I put a towel underneath here because this part sometimes gets a little messy. And then I also, if you have these vents right here, I really, really strongly want to say, please put tape over them. This is painter's tape. Painter's tape is great because it doesn't leave a sticky residue behind. It's meant for this kind of stuff. So I'm going to cover those vents because you know what happens if you don't? All of this ends up in between the windows, and that is really, really awful. There's some great tutorials on Hometalk about how to open these up and get in there for those of you who are wanting to know that. I got a lot of questions about that on my post, and I tried to put it out there a few times, the person I'm going to try when it comes time to opening mine. Mine are, so far, I'm lucky, they're pretty good, but I totally hear where you're coming from. All right, so this is just an old rag, an old washcloth, and I just got it wet. So I have a little tub of water under here. And now all I'm going to do is just make this baking soda paste. I'm just going to scrub at it. Now, I shouldn't have to work real hard, but again, if you have an oven that it's sat for a while and it's, 4 years ago, this might take a little more work, but, ultimately you're going to let the baking soda and stuff do the work for you. Now, if you find, say it's just not, you need a refresher, just add a little extra water to it. You can add more baking soda to it, kind of whatever you want. And you're going to go around just like this, and you're just going to keep going around. And anytime you see a little, black fleck or little area you don't like, you're just going to spend a little extra time on that part. This, I wiped it down but my water in the end was baking soda water. So I would definitely rinse it with a clean cloth and clean water when you think it's all done. Because if you bake it and you don't get that, you'll end up with some residual baking soda and you'll end up with a powder in there. So definitely give it a clean rinse. I will do that later. I don't need to waste you guys' time. And then of course, when you're all done, pull that painter's tape up and you're done. Now we're gonna move upstairs for one of the last things I'm going to do for you guys. I want you to notice my racks here because that's what we're going to work on next. Now, I did a test run because I don't like to do anything without knowing it works. My racks were brown. They were brown, really brown, because when you clean an oven, they always tell you to take the racks out. So I was like, there's got to be a way. So we're going to go upstairs and I'm going to show you how to get your racks looking that new all over again. So follow me. Welcome to my bathroom. So I'm going to bring you over to this tub. Now, I did this in my bathroom. The first time I did this, it was in my kid's bathroom, and it was in a normal-sized tub. I was afraid the light in there and the space wouldn't be conducive for you guys to be able to see this, so a little bit of an experiment doing the double tub here. So, first of all, I'm going to give a big shout-out to Andrea at Life Love Larson, because that's who put this on Hometalk, and I love you, Andrea. This was awesome. Okay, so in here is towels to protect your tub. So put the towels down first. In a normal size tub, you are gonna add a half a cup of dish soap. And you're gonna add 6 dryer sheets. And then you're gonna fill the tub up so they're all, not all the way up, but just so they're covering the racks. And then you're gonna soak them for 8 hours. Okay, very important that they're soaking for 8 hours so that, I do not know what the chemical composition does to this, but I am so impressed. So these have been in here for 8 hours. I actually borrowed my neighbor's rack so I could show you how this works. So we've got a few different ones in here to try because it's kind of an experiment. Now because this is in my bigger tub, I doubled the amount because to me it seemed double wide from a normal tub. So this is her rack. This is exactly what my rack looked like. Just like this. So it still looks gross, right? So you're going to take a dryer sheet or a scrub pad, your choice. But I started with these dryer sheets because that's what she told me to do. And you just rub. Is that not crazy? It just comes right off. It's insane. Barely any work. I think the hardest part is just that you have to kind of twist around. But like, all right, see this really gross black part right here? Like I'm just gonna rub that and it just like comes right off. So yeah, just look at that comparison. This is the before and then up here's the after. Totally different, and like I said, just taking a dryer sheet and working at it. Now if you know, I'm sure if you had one of these little green scrubby brushes, you could totally scrub it too with that. But I thought, well, I'm gonna have to throw these dryer sheets away anyways. So now I did grab, my oven is a convection on the top and the bottom oven is a regular oven, I guess. I'm not sure what that's called, a conventional oven, I guess. So this is out of her broiler, her convection oven, which is the top part. You can see it's blacker than the other one. So I was just gonna give this a test run. I said, give me that rack too. So I was just wondering how much easier, you know, will this all come off clean? Now I don't know what color. Let's see if we can figure out what color it is. Now it's coming off. It's not quite as easy. Now, her oven is like one of those standard ovens that has the mini top part and the big bottom part. Mine are in the wall, but hers that, you know, she's got the range. So this is coming off a little bit. It's a little harder, but then I'm not getting the shine from it, but I'm not sure this rack is. Let's do it up here, we see. I don't know that this rack is as clear chrome as the other one was anyways. Let me dip it down. Yeah, see, it's kind of a darker gray anyways, so I'm not sure. It's getting it clean. I just don't think it was the shiny chrome. But it is coming off. So if you have one of those convection ovens that broils and you do a lot of that kind of stuff in it, this does seem to be working for that as well. So I was glad I grabbed that from her so we could give that a try. Just a few last cleaning tips that might be helpful for you as we go down the stairs here. Do you ever lose your socks in the dryer or the washing machine? Get a lingerie bag and zip all your socks in it and throw the whole thing in the washer and the whole thing in the dryer and you'll never lose a sock again. Another tip for all of you guys out there, these are baskets on our stairs. These baskets I bought at Walmart. They just fit right in my stairway. This is my son's, this is my daughter's, that one's mine, and my husband's. And, you know, you collect piles because you're going to go upstairs next time. Well, we put a basket rather than trampling all over your whole entire stairway. Throw stuff in the basket, take it on up the next time you go up, and then bring the basket back down. Easy way to kind of keep your stuff together. And, you know, you find things throughout the day. Your kids leave stuff all over the place. I know. So then I just throughout the day throw it in their basket so when they get home, they get to fix that up. So thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you next time. Bye.